What is up, people, and welcome back to the channel. So we've got a bit more on my chassis, and you've seen me that little bit of what I've just done. I'm starting to put the X in the back, and for some reason my camera stopped, so I've had to stop. I've had a bit of a clean up. I'm going to show you what I've done. Well, before I go any further, because all of this sort of has to go in together. It's like one of them jigsaw puzzles, a 3D jigsaw puzzle that pops together. I can't leave one part out. Everything's got to go in at once. So, I thought I'd show you what I'm doing. So this is the X that I'm pulling in the back. Yeah? So this is actually T45 tube, not the CDS that I normally use, the ROPT. So this is like 1.5 mil wall T45. So it's really light. So what I've had to do is, first of all, I've put these in. So those are in the right place. But before I put them in, I put them on the milling machine. And I milled a 1 degree taper into the top and bottom. So that is actually leaning at, say, 91 degrees or 89 degrees, whichever way you want to look at it, outwards. Say, it's like that. And the reason I've done that is this here is a new reconditioned arm that you will buy off the shelf. And I've got it sitting on 1, 2, 3 blocks, 1, 2, 3 blocks, V blocks, and I've squared it using a V block that I made. That has got a 1 degree negative camber straight off the bat. Do you know what I mean? So basically I've set the back to 0, compensating for it in the arms. Now, with this being a reconditioned arm, it's got 1 degree. Okay. With V-block. Right? But I know the normal arms I use down there are square. They're original arms, never been refurbished. So is it something that the refurbs are doing when they're doing the reaming? Because if this is clamped at 90 degrees to your ream, where's your 1 degree coming from? I mean, I know when you look at the back of minis, they're normally like this anyway. Do not know why, but I'm sure you could ream these out square. And what I would like to know is, like, you know, the SC arms and stuff, the billet ones. Are they parallel, or is there a camber built into the arm? That's what I would mind to know, just for future reference. So yeah, I machined a 1 degree offset into those. So once these are on, it's going to be roughly at 0 with no tension on that. So I haven't had to crank it, do you know what I mean? So yeah, anyway, that's that done in there. Then I had to make this bar, which is what I normally use, which is just coped to this. It's flat here, and it comes across, it sits on the top of those. Everything's got weld prep. These aren't quite square, they're just sort of tacked on. So then, once I'd made this and got those in, I take that back off and then made my X. Yeah? And the X comes from this side wall, just clears that and goes up to that top corner, and it's exactly the same on the other side. So if we go around the other side, got gap here, it just clears that, and then it goes straight up to there. And I did the 1 bar first, a continuous bar, got that to the angle. I was limited because I wanted to keep the top over as far as I can, but very limited on angle because of this angle. Yeah, because as that goes down, this come up because it was pivoting on there. So once that one was in, I then marked straight down the middle with a big ruler. So down the middle all the way. and then I knew where that one had to be. You know what I mean? So that was pretty easy, really. Just a 46 degree and then a 91 degree, basically square in the middle. But then I had to notch this tube into this box, as you can see, which took a little bit of ingenuity. This is what we cut out. These little scallops. So what we have to do with that is, once this box section was out, basically I ran a square along there. One of these. Yeah, so once this was sitting on top of that box section, I could just scribe along the top of here, or the bottom of there, and it gave me, you know what I mean? If that's on top of there, it gave me the line to scribe. And we just worked our way around, basically. And then put a piece of box section on the top. And then went like this. And then the bottom of this is the top of the box. So that's where we put our mark. Yeah, we just... I wish I hadn't lost all the footage, but it was a bit awkward, but not... Oh, fuck, not that awkward, if you know what I mean. Which turned out quite well. It's quite tight. So now, I thought I'd just explain what I did there. I mean, I wish I hadn't lost that footage, but there's not much I can do about it. You know what I mean? But this is just pushed in at the minute, so it's sort of all holding itself together. But I can't pop one out. I can't pop that long one out because it's all sort of like wedged in there, if you get me. So yeah, came out quite well, that did. Bit of fanning around, me and the old man. So that's where we are at the back. So this can get tacked in now. I've also got to make what I want to put in the middle. I'm not quite sure yet how I want to go about doing the middle. Yeah, then this is going to get gusseted anyway. But I've got it at this point now because I want to put the back end on. But I need to work out whether I want to go... Oh, wrong one. I want to go 2 door bars, 1 door bar. It's hard to know where your bar wants to come up to. Is that bar in the right place? Because I don't know what engine I'm going to put in. I don't know which way I'm going to go. But I need to come up with some sort of door bar design. Whether I do just my normal ones or go Maguire style. Because I need to know where this bar is going to be. Do you know what I mean? And then all the rest of the bars will just fall into place then. But I can't figure out what I want to do. I really can't figure out which way I want to go with this car. Do I use that booster turbo engine that's sitting over there? The problem with the booster turbo engine is the height. Do you know what I mean? It already sticks out the bonnet of my blue booster. And this thing sits 3 inches lower than my blue booster. So technically the engine will be 3 inches higher. You know, do I go a Honda engine? I do know somebody who's got a B18 turbo just sitting there doing nothing. Running like Emerald ECU and all that. It's got anti-lag and everything on it. Or, I don't know. Do I go Maguire style front end? Do I put a full subframe in? Do I tube it in? I don't know. I'm just going to carry on with the back for now. So I can get the bar in across the back. So I'm going to put the jig in, get the bar in across the back. I can put the legs down. I need to come up with some sort of door bar. Yeah. And that X is in there, by the way, because I had the steel. And because this thing's 4 inches longer, 100mm longer, my seat's not going to come anywhere near it. Yeah, with the normal chassis, your seat's quite close, but this, because don't forget, your seat's got to be 90mm away from your main hoop. So getting 90mm away from all of this is a bit tricky. Right, that's all I got for you. I'm going to get the jig back in the back. And I'll catch you in the next one. I hope you like my little X.